Howdy, I'm the Chinese Zodiac Killer, lackadaisical content creator as of late. Today, I'm going to discuss my own experience with the Secret Service, or more appropriately referred to as the SS. In May of 2022, I was arrested by the FBI Terrorist Task Force for mailing threatening communications for which it was claimed in the media in conjunction with the so-called Justice Department that I mailed hundreds of letters over an extended period of time to everyone from small businesses to government officials and even the president, stating that I killed and ate people and intended to kill more. What they didn't tell you is that I had made it clear that it was a publicity stunt as a horror author and an activist. And all these letters were actually chapters of my horror series, The Procession of the Equinox, many of which were deer and other small game hunting stories, designed to capture mass media attention and bring awareness to my first-hand discoveries and experiences, such as that we exist within a simulation, an extinction level event is imminent, contact with non-human entities I personally experienced, and a number of other whistleblower projects. Check out my discussions on this subject matter in my various other videos on here on my many channels. And ask yourself if that information appears to have been covered up by the government. Now, at first, I was looking at very little jail time until the federal prosecutor then increased my recommended sentence to nearly 5 years, claiming that my chapters I mailed to the president constituted as threats to the president, for which they were not. This was devastating to hear. Thanks to the hard work by my attorney, he was able to contact the SS and inquire about this directly. Now, from my understanding, he was told that the SS hadn't considered the letters they received from me as threatening. No mention of the president was ever made. As mentioned, the chapters of the short story of the Chinese Zodiac Killer was just one of many chapters of short stories I had mailed out over 20 months and described deer and small game hunting, other than some other vermin I had killed. Fortunately, my lawyer was then able to use that as leverage to convince the evil persecutor to reduce the sentencing time to 10 to 16 months. The SS had apparently told him that they had even thrown my material in the trash. It is ironic that my chapters were still constituted as threats when applied to recipients of the general public, but not from the perspective of the SS. My attorney told me that I had one of the most triable cases he'd ever seen, and that I could win a trial. However, I could also lose. The government, after countless cases in history, has ironically nearly 100% success rate with convictions. To put this into perspective, no sports legend in history even has close to 100% success in their statistics. Likewise, by going to trial, the evil persecutor would likely still try to convince a jury that I intended to threaten the president and could possibly increase my sentence of time to even 10 years or more. And when a person loses a trial, the judge usually gives them the maximum sentence. Meditate on this and what it means in regards to human rights and any real kind of justice. I'll discuss how the so-called justice system works in future videos, but in short, I made the rational decision not to fight for what I believed in. and instead give the evil American government, with its extensive history of human rights abuses, including against its own citizens, their win. Create the official narrative that I claimed I was some kind of cannibal killer, and just get home to my family who needed me. On a final note, it is appropriate sarcasm that I refer to the Secret Service as the SS, which is also the title of the elite stormtroopers of Nazi Germany. For in another stellar example of the depravity of the U.S. government, post-World War II, during Operation Paperclip, the feds extradited around 1,600 Nazis, many of which had committed countless inhumane atrocities, and were supposedly given their full monetary wealth back, given high-ranking social status, and apparently completely pardoned to work with NASA and other government-related projects, such as engineering the evolution of the American rocket science program. It is completely logical to see that American progress in many different fields has been the result of internal influence from Nazi participation, and therefore logical to conclude that our American way of life, including our space program and moon landing, has been the result of Nazi participation. And that America ironically exists today as it is only due to Nazi influence. And therefore, it is a fitting title, statistically and sarcastically speaking, to refer to the elite guardians of the American Führer as the SS. To get a better detail of my experiences discovering the secrets of reality and contact with non-human entities engineered in the format of horror, check out the book I self-published on Amazon Books under my pen name, A. Crowley, entitled Necronomicon MMXX. And if you like metal, check out my international touring metal band Penetration on YouTube by searching our song, See You in Guantanamo. Like, follow, share, and subscribe, and tell everyone you know about my channels so the truth can be heard. Don't touch that dial. Join us.